I grew up in East Oakland. I lost my mother at the age of 2. There was no type of bandage that could have been put on that. And our home was actually 4 blocks away from where she was murdered. So it was so close to home. Like the age of 9, my dad actually died from a heart attack. After my dad passed, I used to lie to my friends at school about what happened. They used to ask, like, did your dad pass over summertime? And I actually just really couldn't face it. I used to say no, he didn't. And then that would be it. At a point, I actually became depressed. I was around 18 years old, living by myself, trying to take care of myself. I actually had some anxiety attacks that I had. It was just so much that I had built up. I felt a lot of confusion. I felt like I didn't trust a lot of people, feeling like people aren't there to stay. So it's hard to build relationship if you feel like that person will no longer be there. I started to actually have nightmares of people coming into my home. So I felt like at some point I was being attacked. I felt unsafe. What brought me to Niroga was a counselor that I was seeing at Youth Uprising, where I currently work. She had mentioned a Photovoice project. We were gifted cameras if we didn't have our own to go out and capture photos of things in our community, things that cause us stress, and somewhat create a story behind it. So I chose to focus around this rose that stood so tall, so beautifully on its own. It was so magical in a sense, and I felt that I could relate to this rose who came out of this hard place or this trauma, but still had this resilience to grow, regardless of the foundation or the circumstances. I always knew that this was where my mother was murdered, so I would always, passing by, wanting to look down the street just to see, but never really having the chance to until, being older and I can come down here on my own and just see this space for what it actually is. Coming back here and capturing the rose and seeing the rose just reminded me of myself, of, what's meant to be, it will be. What's meant to grow will grow, and you can't stop that. Part of my life has been so painful, so much hurt, so much cloudiness, so much disappointment or frustration. And I think that was just such an eye-opener for me, because throughout my life, I felt such like an individual. I had claimed that. I'm here alone, I'm by myself, that it was me against the world. I didn't have to look at the world like that, view it that it's me against it, because it wasn't, and it didn't have to be. Actually, forgive myself a little bit. It's okay. It's really okay. It was most definitely healing. Yoga clicked for me during teacher training program. It was this big aha moment of, wow, there's more to this. That allowed me to feel like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I think out of the teacher training program, I was able to see that pain was not who I was. It was something I had experienced, and that I didn't have to carry it with me. One big change that I've noticed in my life through my experiences and what I've learned through Niroga is to give. Give from your heart, whatever you could possibly give that's fitting for the time, the moment, whatever you may feel that a person can need, because you're full. A part of my commitment is to teach, in our community. So I'm teaching at Youth Uprising. I'm teaching a youth class there. And I'm also teaching at the Alameda County Public Health Department. I teach staff there. My class just allows me to, one, step out on my faith, that I can believe in myself and my skills, that I possess tools and knowledge that is beneficial and important to others. So it's really amazing to see that transformation, as if like a caterpillar, right? The caterpillar goes about its life, experiences so many things, but in the essence of the caterpillar's life, I'm not really sure if he knows or if there's any type of awareness around that one day he'll become a butterfly, or she. I felt like for so long I was that little caterpillar. But yoga has allowed me to see the essence of who I really am. Spirit. In that shedding, or in that process of the metamorphosis the caterpillar goes through, it's a bit of surrendering, letting just nature take its own course. I feel like I've done that. It's not all about what we see now. It's sometimes what we don't see that actually is that magic that can unfold right in front of our eyes if we allow it to be.